All right, part two, because I turned the camera off. Y'all are probably getting used to that by now. Starting into my first round, lower body stamina micro session, 5 rounds, 40-yard pickup to begin each round, 60% intensity and effort, 70, 80, 90, 100%. Followed immediately by a 30 to 45 second isometric squat, working on static strength and a little more stamina and slow twitch muscle fiber recruitment, and finishing up with 20 lunges, likely a different lunge variation every time. You can stick with the same lunges. I'm just trying to get a little bit more movement out of my lunges today while prioritizing recruiting all different muscle fiber types for my lower body. All right, here we go. So again, my starting line is right over here where my toys are on the wall. See my paddle, my skateboard, yep. Finish line is down this way somewhere. There's a trash can and a pole. If I feel like I need to add anything in, I'll let you know. But here's how it goes. Can't address this enough. It's about performance. We're chasing performance, not fatigue. If you go into the next round and you don't feel sprightly on your pickup sprint, you're not resting long enough. I'm giving myself 15 breaths and I'll see how it goes from there. Maybe I need more, maybe I need 20. Maybe if I deserve to move down to 13 or 12, that'll happen. We'll find out. But be disciplined enough to chase performance, not fatigue. This is one of those workouts where that's key. Now I'm gonna stay on schedule, 15 breaths. I'm 4 in. Felt pretty good. I worked up to a 60% sprint there. I decided to do some rotation lunges where I moved my entire vertebrae as one from my belly button up to my head. I can already tell I want to go into some diagonal zigzag lunges next. That's so that I can recruit my outer hips a little bit more. I think that'll help with my sprints. Talking makes me draw these breaths out even longer. That's kind of cool. I've got 4 more. And again, I could have went right into my next sprint. I'm fit enough to do that. I'm not getting all braggadocious, I'm just saying. I could have gone right back into it, but I want to prioritize how I feel sprinting. I don't want fatigue to be a factor at all. Got 2 more breaths to get over there. So just a heads up for my isometric squats, I'm just counting to 10 breaths, 10 full breath cycles, because right now my breaths are about 4 seconds. It puts me at about 40 seconds. And again, as long as I'm within 30 to 45, somewhere in there that feels good but challenging, then that's what I'm going for. Also, that was my ramp up to 70% on the sprint. First one was 60%. That one was 70, this one will be 80. 80% means you're running pretty fast. I'm gonna get down to the other end and head back towards you on the sprint this time. Remember, when you're sprinting, stay light, stay loose. Don't try hard. It's not about how aggressive you can be, it's about how well you can finesse and rotate, twist, get the most out of every stride. Go time. That was a good 80% that I worked up to. I'm gonna go for 10 breaths again. Let's see how long it takes. Just did some rainbow lunges there. This time keeping my gaze forward, cervical spine's fixed more so. That way, as my torso rotates left to right, my upper body or my upper spine stays put. I get a little bit more of a spinal twist in my thoracic spine there, or my thoracic spine transitions into the cervical spine. Whereas when I moved my entire torso, vertebral column from right to left from my crown down, I don't get that mid-spine twist as much. It's more of a lower back twist. I think my isometric squats are still over 30 seconds. My breaths are about 3 seconds now each, I think. Still going for 10. Probably cheating now that I've talked to you too long. So let's keep our integrity up. Let's get back into it. The sprint is going to 90%.
fingers that hurt us too. We'll also just grab on our wrist. I actually don't think we'll be that hard.
Notice how I'm not traveling very fast on those lunges. Those were warrior lunges. Warrior lunges get the torso rotation, the rotational aspect of what we're going for, what I'm going for today, with long, straight arms. Having your arms out long while you're rotating builds a little bit more of momentum, build a little bit more inertia as you twist. So having my arms out long as I twist into the bottom of the lunge helps me twist my spine a little more. Plus, it adds in a little bit of shoulders. Isometric squats, I think 10 breaths was still good. Probably used all my 15 breaths up with you now. I'm gonna jog down to the other end, sprint towards you. I'm cheating a little bit, resting too long, but I'm gonna let it slide on this last one just because this is my max effort sprint. I'm gonna start out at a 50% jog. Right when I hit the finish line is when I hit 100% speed. So as soon as I hit that top speed, I decelerate right away, let off the gas. Just giving my body a taste. That's the key. Stimulate, not annihilate. Felt pretty good. I can loosen my neck up a little more. All right, 10 breaths. Let's see how long round 5, 10 breaths really lasts me. So I went with a variation of that warrior lunge because I wanted to do a crossover lunge where I would step my right foot forward and across to the left, then descend down, give my spine a little stretch to the opposite direction. Doesn't take, when you get into that crossover lunge position, you don't have to rotate very far. You shouldn't have to feel like you get a great spinal stretch in your thoracic and lower spine. All in all, things felt good. You want to remember also that the duration of your isometric squats, you had 30 to 45 seconds. So If you can easily make it to 45 seconds, challenge yourself to make that isometric squat harder. Maybe you add a band around your knees, a kettlebell, a dumbbell, a med ball. Hold it in front of you, make it an isometric goblet squat, or simply increase your mind muscle practice, work on your mind muscle connection, and intensify the contraction and recruitment of all of the involved muscles in your squat, which is really everything from your feet all the way up to your tippy fingers. So give it a go. 5 rounds, 40-yard pickup from 60% up to 100%. While I'm touching base on that, if you feel like around 80-90% your running technique is falling apart, you're becoming less efficient, or you feel like you're too winded to go relatively timely right into your isometric squat, then stick with about 85-90% as opposed to going up to what your RPE, rate of perceived effort, is. Instead of going up to a 10, maybe stick with an 8.5, 9. So again, listen to your body, feel everything out. That's why we ramp up the pickups, and that's why I feel out the lunge, and then I decide what kind of variation I'm going to go on to next. Maybe you just do normal lunges the whole time. So for a lot of people, you might get more out of that. If the quality is higher, then you don't need to add bells and whistles like I did in. I know what I'm going for in those lunges and trying to stretch my spine and my hips. And that's because that's based on the rest of my life and what all I put myself through. So that's just me. As long as you're doing the lunges, that's what matters. So give it a go. 5 rounds, 40-yard dash, 30 to 45 second isometric squat pause, and then 20 lunges, variation of your choice. Also try to stick with 15 breaths or about a minute, whatever comes first as recovery. Don't have to stick to that, but challenge yourself too. Have fun. See ya.